What's happening, YouTube world? We're back. Power Season 2, Episode 2. Episode 1.
Right.
Ghost. We ready to talk about it.
Ghost.
Yeah. It's Power Book 2 Ghost.
Okay.
We're ready to talk about it. The new Ghost is Tariq, we think.
Ghost 2.0.
Yeah, Ghost point 0.5.
Minus
Because,
point.
yeah, he messing up big time in this thing. If you're finding us for the first time, please subscribe. I am Lamont Tyson, Life Gains. This is my wife, who y'all enjoy seeing come up here so that I can antagonize her with sayings, words, and picking on women on these shows.
Him, please.
Continue to encourage me to do it. That's what makes it fun.
No.
Big shout out to everybody watching. Please share my videos. I am doing another round of the giveaway. You see this wonderful Book 2 Ghost sweater I'm wearing? If you want a t-shirt, all you got to do is be a subscriber. Go hit me on IG, leave me a DM on what was your favorite part of the show tonight, and we'll make it happen. Honey, let's start out in traditional Life Gains fashion with a clip that gives a little bit of the essence of what went down in this particular show. Let's do it. Here we go.
This is Detective Kevin Whitman, NYPD. Who's this? Did you get that?
My phone pinged at Stansfield.
So we've been on the right track. The last person Reynolds texted on the night of his murder is on the Stansfield campus. That's where we focus this investigation. That's where we find Reynolds' killer.
Oh boy. That's why we saying Tariq can't be the new Ghost, because how you gonna still have the evidence of the person that you killed and text you? Right. And now they done went and got a new detective, old Detective Kevin Costner. I'm gonna call him Detective Waiting to Exhale. Is hot on the trail to Tariq.
Detective Bodyguard.
Detective Wait. I'm gonna call him Detective Waiting to Exhale. Okay. That's what I'm gonna call. I know what you're saying, but I don't want to. I'm gonna call his ass Detective Waiting to Exhale.
Somebody was waiting to exhale.
Who was that?
Carrie.
Oh Lord. See now she's trying to antagonize me about the tech. But I'm done with Professor Carrie. I'm done. I've asked her. From now on, Professor Carrie is Professor Addiction to me. That's what she is. Honey, let's dive on into this thing, because did you hear the score on this episode? All the mysterious music, the quirky music, the melodic music, the eerie music. Did you hear all that every 5 minutes?
I did.
They got it for Tariq. They had it for Monet. They had it for Zeke.
And I don't know. I thought it needed to be a little bit more subtle.
No. They want you to know what the hell.
Blatant in your face.
In your face. Yep. They want you to know what the hell was going on. Let's go ahead and take this thing from the top. So they open us up. We're at Tariq's grandmother's house. Mm-hmm. And Yaz is in there burning up the kitchen, don't know how to cook. Grandma want her bacon extra crispy, and Yaz burnt the hell out the bacon.
Right.
What was significant to me, they went on here and let you know the grandma has debilitating health issues similar to dementia. Obviously, Tariq is using that as his excuse and his alibi where he was at when Jabari was killed, because they picked up on the story the day after Jabari died.
Okay.
Talk about what you saw from this first opening clip.
I didn't see it that way until you pointed it out, how Tariq was trying to get her to remember or misremember that he was there the night before when he wasn't. But her quote unquote debilitating health issues sounds like she's drinking a lot. I mean, he asked Yaz, is she still drinking? Did he ask her, or did she? It came up somewhere in there where she's drinking quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So, and I didn't realize that. It seemed like she always had it together when she was dealing with Tasha, and she loved the babies and all this stuff. So this is a different grandma than we used to seeing.
Mm-hmm. Well, just because you seem like you got it together don't mean you got it together, because she was always hot to trot on Tasha for being with Ghost and him being in the drug game. Mm-hmm. But she still kept coming around. Right. She kept accepting gifts that Tasha bought her, took her on shopping
spree. But you think it would have came up at one point or another that my mama got a drinking problem?
Well, that's why I'm saying these are debilitating health issues she's having in the form of dementia. I don't think it's a drinking problem at all. It might be.
He asked if she's drinking.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And but when you drink a lot, it can affect your memory. And so to the point where you just start kind of going along with whatever story is told to you because you don't want to bring out that you're drinking. It's called confabulating.
So if that's really and truly the case, then him trying to use her as an alibi is not going to fly.
Yeah. Or she could be drinking because she had health problems. Or she could be drinking because all the crap and turmoil that they
if it comes up in court that she was drunk, then his alibi is just out the window, right? Because you can't use Yaya's information because she's a kid.
Well, she knows how to turn it on. Like I said, all these seasons, the mama looked like she had it going on and had it together. Because she would be quick to get Tasha and put Tasha in place and everybody else. So
y'all just be mindful. That was Tariq's alibi. He was there. Then we get a chance to see Monet. She went and got her pistol because she thought someone was breaking into her humble abode. It's her son, Drew, just down there. He broke some glass, whatever. He's sweeping it up. But the thing about this conversation was just how much control Monet still has over her kids. She don't let them have no freedom. And Drew is sick and tired of it. What do you think is going to break? How's this going to break down?
Drew with attitude. I mean, it's setting the stage for them to split. So there's going to be a rivalry between him and Monet.
Like I said, people, before I even seen my first minute of this show, you're going to have Daddy Tejada, Drew and Diana versus Monet, Kane, and Tariq, or it's going to be some form of Monet, Mecca, and Tariq, something like that. Because this whole episode, you saw dissension in the ranks with Drew and Monet, and Diana trying to be in the bridge middle, pulling them back together. When Monet was harping on Drew, Diana was like, Mom, you got to understand what he's going through. When Drew was harping on Monet, Diana was there saying, Drew, you got to understand what she's trying to do. But there's about to be a splintering of this little organization. And I can't wait to see how it goes down. But
so the daughter going to be in the middle, having to choose.
Daughter going to be in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
And she seems like she's so easily persuaded by Monet because when she was in that store with that dress, that was a good-looking dress on her.
Oh, please.
That was fellas, leave me describe. That was a good damn looking. And Monet said no.
It depends on whose perspective. Now,
there's a lot of women on IG that would say that was a good looking dress.
From a parent's perspective.
This is a grown woman.
From her mama's perspective.
This is a grown woman.
Mama don't care how old you are. No.
And usually the kids don't care
From
either.
a daddy's perspective.
Well, that's not my daughter.
But if it was your daughter, you would say the same thing Monet
if
said.
Elle at 17 months tries to go put on that dress, 17 months. Elle is 17 months old right now. She go try to put on that dress. I'm like, okay.
That's because she can wrap herself in a dress 3-4 times.
See, that's why I married you, because you smart.
Whatever.
That's exactly why I married you. See, fellas, make sure you get a smart woman. A woman that can wear a dress like that and smart, that's what you want.
Oh, goodness.
We get our first look at Mecca, who's going to be the new plug. He's out here with Kane. Now, this is a scene my wife didn't believe one bit because she's looking at this scene where little Guap's homeboy from the GTG roll up on them talking junk because they mad little Guap hanging out with this crew. Mecca's so big and badass, he just snatched the gun. Honey, how many times on TV shows have we seen people just snatch guns out your hands before you can fire it?
Right.
And Mecca shoots and kills one of them and lets the other one go. Talk about this scene, honey.
Be a bad mofo.
A bad shut your mouth.
Right.
And I don't see shaft nowhere on his bald ass head.
Right.
No. That scene was unbelievable to me. I didn't believe none of it. However, they're trying to set the narrative that Mecca is tough. The other important thing that you had to find out about that was he obviously knows Tejada. Kane was asking him specific questions to get to know him. Mecca shut him down. But when he started talking about the Tejada daddy, he kind of act like, yeah, I know of him, but I don't know him.
Oh, so you think he knew something?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
He knows who Daddy Tejada is. He knows what the situation is. Kane just sat there and told him he's still in jail. Maybe Mecca always wanted some of Monet. Now he's going to get them Monet draws.
Oh,
so maybe that was part of it. Maybe he wanted to slide in there. And now Kane done told him everything he needed to know, thinking that he's trying to ingratiate himself to Kane.
What did he tell him to ingratiate himself?
He
said, I think
he's not purposefully trying to ingratiate himself. He did it in error, not knowing that he's giving this man all the information he needs to invade the family. Mecca has an ulterior motive, and we learned that based on what we've seen at the very end of this episode, and we'll get there.
Okay.
Did you remember the end of the episode?
I guess.
Okay.
We'll see if it come back to me. I think I got a little bit of what Tasha Mama got.
Yeah. She been in here getting high on sugar and donuts. That's what she been in here getting high on. And then we get our first look at Meth McClain and Cooper Sacks about to have an interview with Soledad O'Brien. I almost want to say Dumb and Dumber, but Meth McClain's not dumb. Right. Cooper Sacks is, though. Cooper Sacks is a pure fuck up, y'all. And at some point in time, Meth McClain's going to get mad with him. But it was nice to see Soledad O'Brien in here. But what was funny was Tariq calls him needing to get up with his mom because Tariq is fearing for Yaz's life, being with the grandma. Yeah. What I want to know is why Yaz didn't go with the mom in the first place.
Thank you. I don't know.
Wasn't the deal supposed to have Yaz go with the mama? But I guess when Tommy popped up, they had to just whisk her away. Didn't take Yaz. They didn't have time to get Yaz to her. But you can always get the mama where she need to be at. Then you can float the daughter over there at some point.
Meaning the grandma know how to turn it on and turn it off.
I so hope so.
She know how to straighten up her wig and put on her makeup, and they can look like she together.
Right. Oh Lord! Then we get the first look at Professor Addiction. I'm done with her. You happy?
You ain't done with her.
Yes, I am. You know, let me tell you something, honey.
No, don't come running home.
Let me tell you something, honey. These TV women, first of all, don't you ever think I'm forsaking you for the TV women. That's number one.
No, don't be trying to get home, run home, stay on.
Now this TV woman, I am officially done. To me, she is Professor Addiction. Now she had to step in here because Jabari is missing. Right. Now, don't you think they would have known this before the day started? He's like, she runs up to the class.
Well, it's the next day, right? It's
the very next day. Yeah, but there is you as a professor supposed to be there before the kids get there. You have to go and do a check-in so that the staff know that you're going to be there in attendance when the class get there. These kids is at the class.
Not necessarily.
It was when I was in college. I guess that's right. You are robbing the cradle. So things probably was different when you graduated college. But I'm younger in this relationship.
9 months.
How old are you?
9 months younger.
What's your number?
9 months
no,
younger. What's yours is minus 9 months. Just go.
Okay. Anyway, so Professor Addiction has got to take over the class. She tried to call Jabari. She texting him and all kinds of stuff. He ain't picking up. So they get in the class, honey. They're actually having a decent discussion. They brought my homegirl back, the hood chick that's very, very smart. They're asking questions of the nature of, are things in life predetermined?
Free will.
Yeah.
It's free will.
Free will.
Really free.
Is free will really free? Now, what stood out to me was this dude right here. He was the one that says everything is already predetermined. Obviously, he's gay. Y'all take a good look at this dude. He's gay. He's giving my hood chick a whole lot of lip. And his perspective on everything is already predetermined. So he's trying to convince us to say, hey, we don't make a choice to be gay. It's going to come out. They ain't doing this episode, but I'm telling you. We don't make the choice to be gay. We're born gay. Tariq says, no, that's crazy. When you go walk across the street, don't you look before you go? You're making a choice to look before you cross the street. What'd you think about this compelling philosophy in life discussion, honey? It's compelling. It's compelling TV.
I don't know. I just laugh. They always set Tariq up to be like the intuitive, the deep thinking brother.
He de-knowledge
in the room.
The Tariq de-knowledge. That's what he is.
He just has all this insightful wisdom. I mean, yeah, he's been through a lot, but his statement is always like the profound statement of the day, and then they move on to the next topic. So I'm just going with it.
Yeah. Shout out to my homie Will Lawrence, who every day on every channel, he super chats, he comments, he shares. Can we all get you guys to do some of these same things? You don't got super chat, but definitely like the video, share them, leave comments, and help us grow these channels, especially the Life Gains Financial channel. That was next on deck. We're trying to grow it. My homie Will Lawrence. I am super grateful, my brother. We get our first look at my boy, Councilman Tate. I'm so happy they brought him back.
Right.
And the reason I'm happy is because I like how you dibble-dabble in the politics of these things, because the street in politics and nonprofits, ladies and gentlemen, you might not know this, but they run very parallel because these businesses are so crooked. They are crooked like the letter S. They are so in bed with each other. He's beat down. He's drinking. He's stinking up the place. Feet stink, Cheetos in his breath. And his brother's like, dude, you need to get up and get a job. You know, us Tates, we don't quit. I need you to go get a plan and get up out my house. How'd you like seeing these two back together?
I'm happy to see them back on the show. So yeah, I'm ready for the ride that Tate is about to take us on because you know it's gonna be some stuff.
Oh, he's about to be on a ride.
Right.
Actually,
I couldn't stand Tate in
at first
in GOAT whatever in Power.
The regular
but
Power.
I'm ready to rock with Tate for this.
Yeah, you ready for him now.
Yeah.
Because you know, this man, he had nothing else to lose.
Mm-hmm.
He's living with his brother. He's a councilman, sure, but he was this close to being the governor of New York. That would rock anybody.
Right.
And now he done got him a plan. And he knows the same thing that me and you know. Pretty much every politician has some level of dirt. It's just how grand is the dirt.
Except Barack Obama.
Barack Obama got something. We just don't know what it is.
Except Barack Obama.
Barack Obama got something, but we don't know what it is. And it's probably not big enough to the level of get you out of office. Because in order for you to be a politician or anyone of power, you're going to make somebody mad. You have to fire people that do wrong, and people are getting these streets and lie about you. But some people can use that or try to use that as dirt against you. It just doesn't rise to the level of you got caught drinking and driving, paying for prostitutes at your community college you the dean of type of thing. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So then we see Monet. She done loaded up her truck full of drugs and left poor little Diana by herself in there. But Diana is able to get out of this. How does she get out of it, honey?
Doing what her mama taught her.
And what her mama taught her?
Flirt hard or some whatever her saying was.
Right.
She basically talk and flirt and all this other stuff. And make them think they can get some.
You plan on teaching Elle that?
No.
Okay, so already Monet is a walking contradiction. She don't want her daughter to have that dress that actually look nice on her, but then in the next breath, she's telling her daughter to go out there and run her mouth, act like she's gonna give the dude some panty draws and flirt. Right. But in one hand, honey, it worked. It worked. So I mean, fellas, this is my lesson to y'all. Women are gonna do this, but it's up to you how long you let it drag on. Are you gonna
tell your daughter?
I'm gonna tell her, be yourself, be respectful, and if somebody likes you for who you are, then great. But if not, F them. That's how I go about it. I'm not over here trying to throw money at women to get them to like me. I don't go out here buying Mercedes Benzes trying to show off my financial status to try to lure women. Did I do you? When you met me, what was I driving? Right. It was a piece of crap. Exactly. That's it.
But you took care of it. It was clean. It was neat. And yeah, you took care. Yeah.
A 1985 Chevy.
It was not a
Chevy Caprice. I took care of it.
No, it was not.
I kept my I kept my 1985 Chevy Caprice Classic nice and clean.
Okay,
yes, I did.
Don't let him lie to y'all. I don't even know what a Caprice 85 Caprice look like.
And she from Detroit.
I don't know what it looks
That's
like.
bad. If she really, how can she claim Detroit if she don't know what a Chevy Caprice Classic?
Because I'm from a Ford family.
Moving right along. Then, this is good to me. This was good to me. So we get in here where Tariq has had to go with Braden to this function for his family. And I'm going to play you guys a clip that gives the essence of what I've always told my wife, what I tell my friends on the street, are some of the conversations Black people have tried to have and tell other white people this is what's really happening, to look at a perspective from the way we see it. Take a look at what Tariq had to say. In this moment, I was feeling Tariq. Go ahead, read.
Look what opioids are doing across the country, especially Appalachia. Of course, Big Pharma's not getting put in prison for dealing oxy.
Son, there's a difference between legal and illegal drugs.
Legal drugs are killing people at a higher rate than illegal drugs are. I mean, the only difference that I see between the two is that rich white donors have the power to influence these lawmakers so that their product is considered legal.
Reek took that white privilege and said, for just 1 minute. That's what Reek did.
Right.
Now, didn't you had to like that part about Reek?
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is how this is the significance of what happened here in the story. Clearly, this is letting you know that this guy has dirt. Right. This senator has dirt. And the dirt that Reek probably found on him, they didn't want y'all to see it too long, was this book that that Braden's sister Becca saw misogyny in. This is Tariq looking at like 2 pages of the book. Honey, what the hell you think he saw in that book for them 2 pages?
It probably played out in the whole Kavanaugh. You just need to watch that. It's going to be a playbook from his playbook.
If y'all don't know what she's talking about, basically you're probably going to see this Sweeney politician character probably groping a woman. You might even see him putting himself on a woman. Tariq is going to be able to use this to give to Tate, and then we're going to have a case to get him out of office, right, which is going to eventually lead to Tate's own series, Power. Tate going to have his own series. Woo! I love that part now, because what Reek said, my people, that is real talk. Don't let these people fool you, because they just had a settlement with one of the big pharma companies that had got a fine from the government. Do you remember hearing that? They got a fine from the government of $500 million, $500 million, but nobody goes to jail.
Right. Right.
When black people been getting thrown their asses in jail for a dime bag, you go to jail for 10 years.
Yeah. That probably was annoying, because you not only do they try to say it's a difference between, legal and illegal, they also try to stigmatize the levels of illegal drugs.
Right.
There are.
Exactly.
So it's just like the amount of disdain that this guy had for, Tariq is just in the room at the little party with his friend.
Right.
Why does he have to walk across the room to Tariq to try to remind him, one, you black, you probably come from an underprivileged background.
Right.
So he's trying to throw all this stuff on Tariq, and Tariq smacked it back in his face.
And then on top of that, talking about the man's daddy.
Right.
The whole conversation came because he's like, I heard rumors about your daddy, and Reek had his answers ready.
Meaning your ego is so small,
right?
Or your self-esteem is so small that you have to go try to beat your chest in front of this little college kid.
And guess what? Make it worse. He claiming to be a Democrat.
I didn't catch that.
Remember, Councilman Tate is trying to get his office. This guy claims to be a Democrat. Boy, I tell you. We find Professor Jabari by way of detective bodyguard. They find Ramirez's gun. Huh?
You said waiting to exhale.
Oh, Lord have mercy. My wife got me all confused. Detective bodyguard waiting to exhale Kevin. They find Ramirez's gun, and automatically he's not buying that Ramirez did it. Not at all. Right. Not at all. Honey, how much of a problem is detective waiting to exhale going to be this season?
I haven't thought about him much yet. I guess it just depends on what his angle is going to be. I don't know if he's a good guy, bad guy right now. You said you couldn't trust him.
You can't trust him.
So
you can't trust him.
Okay. We know he's a little dirty.
Exactly.
We already know he's a little dirty. Or unethical or whatever.
Right. And we're gonna get there. He's already shown me that he's as dirty as Cooper Sacks. The thing is he smarter than Cooper Sacks? Cooper Sacks was dirty, but he was dumb. He was dumb like soap on a hot day. Is this guy smart?
Soap on a hot day?
Yeah. So you go put soap on a hot sidewalk, it's just going to melt. It's dumb.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
okay.
Soap on a rope.
Okay. Just go.
Okay. All right. So now we're getting into the nitty gritty. So Tate done got him a plan. He shows up to the dude who's head of DNC, and he says, look, I won't back in. DNC dude says, get out of my house. But first, can we start a hashtag, hate the DNC dude, because he up here mad he ain't got no sons.
Oh, good.
What the hell you need a son for? Girl dad.
You got 2, 3 girls.
3 girls. You know, you can make them tough, dude. But anyway, Tate's like, bro, look, if I find some dirt on Sweeney, I want you to help me run against him. And dude's like, okay, you find dirt on Sweeney, I'll back you and run it for his seat. Honey, what's going to happen?
He's going to find dirt on Sweeney.
He's going to get that seat.
Right.
And when he gets that seat, that's when he's going to get his own show.
Right.
50, can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait. He's going to, and it's going to be good. But we already know Tate willing to get dirty.
Right. Definitely.
And the sad part,
I can't wait because you know he's going against Rick McSweeney. So we're ready. He done already rubbed everybody wrong. We want to see him go down.
And again, for those of you just now tuning in to us, be sure to like the video, share our content. And if you want to be in the runnings to get one of these season 2 t-shirts or sweaters, all you got to do is be a subscriber. Go follow me on IG. Send me a message on IG about what was your favorite part of episode 1. All right. Moving right along. Detective waiting to exhale meets up with
wait until I want to exhale, Carrie.
with Professor Addiction. Now, Professor Addiction had us thinking that she was talking to her counselor on the phone. She said, I'm meeting an old cop, buddy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from what I understand, Detective Santana was supposed to be the new love interest for Carrie, but I don't think he's going to be on this season. I think they wrote him off. Okay. So I don't think he's going to be on this season. But the cop she's talking about is this dude. And this dude is so grimy. He tells her to let's meet at the coffee house. Let's re-kick it again, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of re-kicking it, he brings her ass to the morgue and gets her to identify Professor Plagiarism's body.
Not only does he bring her to the morgue, he doesn't let her know that they're at the morgue and just opens the door and say, okay, look. And that's it. So you just spring a dead body on somebody and, he's standing back looking at her reaction to see if there's going to be any type of emotion or anything that he can read saying that they had some type of relationship.
And he did read some of that.
Yeah, because apparently they had a relationship in the past too. Mm-hmm. And so, so he's grimy.
The dastardly ability to put his job over his penis. Because Professor Carrie, she's not chopped liver. She ain't. But he said, I don't give a care about you and us rekindling any flame because I know how you are. I know exactly how you are. And I'm just going to use you to build my case. And by the end of this scene, Carrie was like, don't call me no more. Talk to my lawyer. That ain't work, Carrie. I'm still done with you. And I know some of y'all from Power watch my videos. I've already heard, Professor Carrie, I'm done with your character. From now on, you are Professor Addiction. You might as well have went out with old Detective Bodyguard. Ain't that what you want me to call him? Or can I call him Detective Wait and Exhale?
Whatever you want to call him.
Okay. Then Monet is having a little meeting with Drew and Diana. And this was some more stuff that sent Drew the wrong way. Because in this meeting is when she breaks down to the family. They want to get out the drug game. And they're going to do that by forcing Zeke to go ahead and get into the NBA. Now, they already said in the narrative that Zeke is good enough to get to the NBA because in this episode, he was doing a one-on-one with Michael Jordan's little offspring. Okay. And dude was like, you good enough to get into the NBA. And so Diana seemed like she was with it, but Drew was kind of fighting it. First of all, Monet, have you talked to Zeke about this? I don't even think she ain't talked to Zeke about this yet.
She have to?
Yeah.
She don't have to.
It's his life.
She don't got to talk to her kids about what their next move gonna be. She don't got to talk to Zeke.
Let me tell you something. If he's the gold mine, how do you discipline the one you trying to use as your gold mine? What you gonna do to him? Shoot him in the leg? No. You're not gonna hurt his physical presence because he need all that. Mm-hmm. They're gonna try to use Professor Addiction to force him to do what they want to do. That's the only, because Monet need to realize he's in love with Professor Addiction.
So do you think she can be, blackmailed that way because of her relationship with him?
Hell yeah.
Is that it?
Hell yeah. You take them draws away from him for 24 hours. He liable to cut his wrist.
No, I'm saying you have to blackmail Carrie to be down with the plan.
No, I'm saying you take Carrie as a hostage. You ain't got to blackmail her.
Oh, goodness.
You take Carrie as a hostage. Don't act like it's beyond Monet.
No.
Don't. I mean, that's how you do that. But I don't see how you do this plan without having Zeke there to talk about it. Like, you're just going to do this without Zeke?
I mean, like I said, she just give everybody their marching orders. hours.
Man.
And so she don't feel like she need to talk to nobody. She just tell them what they need to do.
Right.
And what's his name? Drew. He
Drew.
said that what's her name was the product.
Right.
Which was
said Zeke was the product.
Is the product.
Right.
Yeah.
That is not going to go well. Y'all already heard my prediction. I'm going to say it to you again. Professor Addiction will get pregnant. And it's going to be controversy. Is it Jabari's baby or is it Zeke's baby? That's what's going to happen. She's going to get pregnant. Telling you.
Okay.
She's going to get pregnant.
I'm trying to remember the storylines from last season. So did she sleep with Jabari?
Yeah,
right
Jabari took it. Well, she gave it to him, but he basically took it. He took it the night before he got killed. He knows how to push her buttons. Okay. So she's saying no. You know how some of y'all do. No.
Okay.
No.
Lamont,
no.
you getting into some.
That's what happened on the show.
Territory. Okay.
That's what happened on the show. She said no, but he knew how to still push her up against the wall, and then she finally gave in. And there won't no time to put on no comment. So the series is going to end this thing where it's going to be she's pregnant. It's either Jabari baby or his baby. Who baby is it? Mm-hmm. I'm asking who baby is it?
I don't know.
God,
because I haven't had time to think about that line of that potential storyline. And honestly, it'll be a mess regardless of whose it is. So
I'll do a video on who baby I think it is and why and how it can pertain to the storyline. Here we go. Now here comes Lauren. Emotional. Why is Lauren so emotional? Professor Jabari is dead.
Because it's her college professor. She looked up to him. He was a mentor to her. Impressionable mind. Mm-hmm.
She shows up to Tariq very emotional. And what happened when some women get emotional?
When she walked in that room looking all sad, and I'm just like, oh, here we go.
Here we go with what?
We about to sit up here and watch some little.
Here we go with what?
We about to watch them make out and whatever else they about to do. I don't got time for that.
Women get emotional and they go high or low. Sometimes they want to feel love and they be very vulnerable and give it up. But you know what Tariq said?
I got stuff to do.
Exactly.
I got some.
That's exactly what he said. And did you see the mad look on her face?
Right.
Like, look, it's like this. How many times is this boy gonna make you realize he don't really care about you like that? It shouldn't take this many times.
He didn't do that to her a number of times.
A number of times. Now, people, let me tell you something. If someone is important, if not even someone, something. If something is important, people are going to find time to do it. So, for example, working out is important to me. But sleeping is important too. What have I been doing? I've been sacrificing my sleep to go work out. If a human being is important to you, I don't care what you got scheduled. Your nails, your dentist, you're going to reset those appointments to do something with that human being, period. And Tariq never does that for her. When is she going to get the picture? Because she walked out of that room hot.
Right.
Boy. Right. And he walks out of there because he's got to go meet up with Kane, who's sweating bullets, because now everybody on campus knows Jabari's dead and he's worried it's going to be blamed on him. And Reek's telling this dude, like, bruh, I got this. I got this. They found the gun. This is going the way that it's supposed to go. But then Monet tells Reek, I need to see you. And Kane says, lie to Monet. And Reek is a little nervous about that. Now, that was when we saw a little shookness in Reek, because he was like, man, lying to Monet ain't good. And what does he do, honey? Takes his ass to eat Monet's sorry cooking and lies to her.
I'm like, are we supposed to be believing Monet made this picture perfect meal? Now, granted, it only looked like it was two things on the plate. So maybe it looked like maybe some type of vegetable. I don't know, asparagus, maybe string beans, and then like a plop of potato. I don't know. But anyway.
Monet, you know good and damn well your ass ain't cooking nothing. It's like talking about I cooked. Anybody that has to announce I cooked, the aroma of the meal should let us know that you cook. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I cook, so eat. So he goes in there and lies to her, but here's the thing.
I was surprised he lied.
You were surprised?
I thought he was gonna tell the truth, but then say that her son told him to lie, but he didn't feel like lying was right.
Because Tariq knows that Monet is done with Kane. That's he's excommunicated. So
he don't know he's interacting with Kane. She doesn't know that Tariq is interacting
she doesn't
with
know
Kane.
it. No.
Okay.
And Tariq trying to play both sides of the fence
I know.
now. And he ain't got no backer. There ain't no Tommy gonna come save him. His mama can't help him. His only help this season is gonna wind up having to be Councilman Tate. And how much pull Tate got?
He grimy. So
he grimy, but how many soldiers he got behind him? He can get the police department behind him? Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And now when it comes down to this war that you're saying is going to be within the Tejada family.
Oh yeah,
I think Tariq is going to play both sides of the fence as well.
Good point. So I've already made the prediction that it's going to be Diana, Drew, and Daddy Tejada versus some form of Monet, Mecca, maybe Kane or something like that, or maybe Tariq. So where you're saying Tariq is going to be in the middle, it could wind up being Kane in the middle or Tariq. Because Daddy Tejada is the one that told Monet last season, reach back out to Kane and bring him back. He's the enforcer. You need an enforcer. She ain't paying that no attention.
I think Tariq is going to play both of them. Go on both sides of the fence and then probably try to have an upper hand with one over the other. So he'll be able to tell. He can turn Monet against Kane if he needs to and vice versa.
Right. All right. Here we go, y'all. Lord have mercy. Professor Addiction about to get it in with Bill Bellamy Jr. She was emotional too, honey. She was emotional because she just seen Jabari killed.
So she just always emotional, huh?
What you trying to say?
Just go.
What are you trying to say? So you're saying that when women get emotional, they give it up? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying about Professor Addiction.
I'm saying she is just always
always
giving it up. So
oh,
she must always be emotional. Carrie fine. I like her character. I like the actress.
I'm done with you, Professor Addiction, just because of this. If you so emotional, take yourself home, eat some chocolate, and watch TV.
Did she just say she was done with him?
Yes. but and you know why she can't be done with him? She can't be done with him because Detective Bodyguard.
Until her new prospect turned out not to be a prospect.
Yeah.
So now she got to go back.
And now you see how weak she is. So this is why I'm done with her. I thought she was turning over a new leaf. Y'all have heard me defend her tooth and nail. Even when there was no defense to defend some of her behavior, I still was defending her. And now I've seen the promised land. I've seen the brighter days. I'm done defending her, Professor. Throw up the lock and keys. I'm on y'all's side now. And then we get Diana after the dinner, still in love with Reek, trying to say, Reek, I know you don't, I'm not your mama, but you can talk to me. And Reek grabs her hand and is about to embrace her. And we're about to have this great triangle with Reek and Diana. And then who's lurking around the corner?
Monet.
Cop blocker.
That's all she do is lurk. She come out of the corner, out of the darkness of the corner, just like, hey, what you doing?
She need a man.
And she always fussing at them like they like 2 years old.
She need a man. That's her.
She like, what you doing?
I'm like,
how I had to ask them, I'm like, how old is this girl?
She's at least Tariq age, and Tariq is at least 18,
but
19.
She talked to her like that. She talked to all her kids like that.
That's why they all got them Oedipus complexes. Drew, Kane, and they all have Oedipus complexes. I mean, like.
Now, like you said, she's coached Diana on how to manipulate
men, right, and
whatever.
Women, because you can manipulate women the same way.
So, I mean, Diana might be trying to get Tariq under her thumb so she can do what she needs to do to keep him loyal to the family.
Nah, Mama done peeped it out. Mama know Diana really like Reek. Yeah, Mama done peeped this out, and Mama do not want somebody who's in her distro
messing around with her daughter.
Yeah, and look at the way she looking at Reek. Boy, look like one of them cartoon characters our daughter be watching. Her eyes so big. She wants some of that Reek. And she gonna get it. And so now Reek has got all this product. He meets up with Braden. Braden's a little nervous about driving up and down the highways with all this product. What Reed tell him, bro? It's white privilege.
Right.
They pull you over. All you got to do is say you a Stansfield kid and tell them who your daddy is. They're going to be like, I'm so sorry I pulled you over, sir. Let me give you your, I should have never asked you for your, can I go get you some donut? They're going to treat him the same way they just treated that punk ass Rittenhouse. Let us escort you where you're going. You need let us make sure, let us treat you like you the president. It's called white privilege. How'd you like this little exchange?
Yeah, I'm like, it ain't like the friend and did it before, or was it his brother that was doing it?
His brother, Trace.
So just take notes from your brother and
Trace. Yeah, it was Trace.
Right.
Yep. Then we get to this scene right here where Mecca decides to test Kane. So he's got the GTG dude that got away. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so he gives Kane the knife, right? Kane takes the knife. Kane's basically, I don't need no knife. I beat this. I don't need no knife. He cuts him free, kills the dude. Hey, L. Hey, we see your little hand.
Baby.
Cuts him, sets him free, and tells Mecca, this is who I am. What were we supposed to get out of that? That Kane is who he is. He's nothing but the muscle. If when it comes to thinking, he ain't got nothing but rocks up there. He's just the muscle.
Why? Because I was trying to figure out, okay, now what type of person are you if you were to just kill him, if you were to torture him, or if you were to.
I mean, if I'm Mecca looking at this, I mean, I'm thinking like, okay, if you're gonna kill him, I mean, if your plan is to kill him, why do you need to set him free? What do you have to prove by beating him up? That's how you gotta think Mecca's thinking. What is he trying to prove by letting his prey loose so that he can beat him up and kill him with his bare hands versus killing him with a weapon? That's probably how he's thinking Mecca's looking at this. So he's trying to show Mecca, I'm tough.
Right.
I can be a loyal soldier. Right. When you need somebody to get down in them weeds and clear that out, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So was Mecca impressed? It don't seem, I don't know. I don't know how you passed.
The thing with Mecca has an ulterior motive. Mecca is trying to get somewhere else. So he's using Kane. That's what Kane don't realize. I'm telling y'all right now, after one episode, Kane is being used by Mecca. Y'all will be back to me by episode 8 to say, Lamont, damn it, you always know what you're talking about. And by the way, we've got 132 people watching right now on a Sunday while the Cowboys is getting that ass by Kansas City. Please, can we get 132 likes? And if you want to get one of these power shirts for season 2, all you got to do is be a subscriber. Go subscribe to me on IG. Leave me a DM on what your favorite part of this episode was, and somebody's going to be announced the winner by the end of this week. All right. So now this is when we get to Drew and Diana in the bathroom having a conversation about Monet's plans for them.
Right.
And Drew ain't having it. Right. He's done. He don't want to be controlled by her. Drew wants freedom. Diana wants freedom too, but she wants to do it the way the mama wants to do it. Honey, what's going to happen? I think I already been hit on this enough.
Yeah, so Drew is sick of being a puppet, and he's going to go his own way. He's trying to get Diana to go with him. And I guess she's the wild card. We don't know whether or not she's going to stay with the mama, go with Drew, and then flip on him for the mama. I don't know.
If Tariq wants to invade the Tejada family, all he's got to do is invade Diana. That's all he's got to do. Because if he put it on Diana right, he can control Diana. I'm telling you. And I wonder, are they going to play that angle? Because he's going to be in a love triangle with her, Lauren, and Effie this season. We'll see where they go.
About Effie.
Yeah, Effie coming back. Okay. Don't forget about Effie. All right. And then we get on down here to Kane sees that Mecca has all these drugs in this hangar. I mean, like, he's got bricks on top of bricks. And in this moment, Mecca pulls the gun on him like, bro, why should I trust you? And do you remember what Kane said to him? He didn't say you can trust me.
You need soldiers.
You need soldiers and give me a shot. That's what he said.
Oh yeah, because I like it. Now he got this gun.
Wait a minute. Come on, Power. Don't play us. Don't play a lot. This dude's supposed to be a top-notch drug kingpin. At the very least, based on all the drug, he's got fast foreign cars in this hangar. He's got an airplane in the hangar loaded with drugs. And you mean to tell me that all Kane got to say to you is
no, I'm saying he need to watch how he phrased his statements. Because this guy, he has a gun pointed in your face. And you say, threatening to shoot you, and you say, give me a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, that should have been a clue to y'all that Mecca is using Kane.
I mean, did he want Kane? I mean, how could
that should have been a clue.
He got the drug just sitting out there. So
Right.
is it a plan? He wanted Kane
It's
to
a
see
plan.
it so he can walk up on
Right.
Kane and say, what you doing in my stuff?
And he wants Kane to feel like he's the big boss. Because
Okay.
why else would you invite him to the hangar in the first place?
Right. And then have doors all open. It's just all you gotta do is look up in there and you
Yeah,
see it. Okay, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. This was funny too. So this is when Monet meets up with Zeke, and instead of saying it the way he said it last year, she don't know nothing. He said it more in a more tactful manner, but we still gonna look at you, Zeke, and we're gonna always think she don't know nothing. Basically, Monet is saying you taking your ass to the NBA.
Right.
And
he tried to get one or two words in, but she kept shutting
she
him up.
she dominates the
Yeah.
conversation.
He would say one or two words,
Yeah.
and then she'd cut him off.
Cut him off.
But what he was trying to say is, I don't think it's in my best interest.
Right.
But he couldn't even get that out good.
She was like,
just
"You're doing this
like,
for the family."
Right.
Right. At the end of the day,
So do you think he's gonna listen? Do you think he's gonna, buck her or what?
first of all, when he find out that Professor Addiction is pregnant with his baby, she's gonna be the one pulling the string. I'm just giving y'all my theory video early. I know I got, as Moochie said, I got mice watching my video that's gonna go make videos on my shit, but I'm fine with that.
Okay.
The reason why I would pick him to get her pregnant is because when he finds out she's pregnant, he's gonna want to be a good dad to this kid, and at that point in time, Professor Addiction and the baby are gonna be able to pull the strings over him more than Monet. It ain't going to be about that part of his family no more. It's about him and his family. Right. Yeah, man. Monet better come up with a backup plan. So now Tate has figured out, look, my brother, I'm at your house. I'm about to get me an apartment and I'm going to run for office again. But I need you to get dirt on this Sweeney character. I need you to do some police digging. Let me know what you got on him. Is he gonna find something?
Of course.
What
Tate is gonna, He either gonna his brother gonna help him out a little bit, maybe.
Right.
But he gonna get, so eventually him and Tariq's paths are gonna cross, and they're gonna team up.
Right. And at the end of the day, Steve Harvey and all these gurus of relationships love to say this: if you go looking for something, you're gonna find it. So if he go looking for something on Sweeney, he's gonna find some, at least a DWI. But a DWI is not
be bigger.
Yeah, it's gotta be big. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a Republican, hell, you can go say that you can shoot your mama on Fifth Avenue, they'll still put you in office. But unfortunately, he's a Democrat, so it don't take that much level of stuff to get your ass out of office. Here we go. All right. Then we get Zeke out here doing these white people privileged stuff. He's out here hunting with little rifles. And honey, a shot was taken, and it was taken at Zeke on purpose.
Right.
Ladies, don't be fooled. Now, what I couldn't figure out was it the daddy that did it or Sweeney that shot at him? I think it was the daddy.
You think so?
I think it was Braden's daddy. They showed Sweeney aiming. But when they finally go to where the deer is at, it was the daddy apologizing and all that. So I guess I can legitimately say it was Sweeney that did it, and that's going to further motivate Tariq to get his ass out of office and help Tate. But when they finally get over here to the animal, Tariq is frustrated. He's mad. He's upset. He was like, man, I'm out of here.
He having flashbacks to the other two people that he didn't kill. Now, wait a minute. Now, one thing we didn't comment on, and I kind of brushed it off until you're kind of reminding me this moment.
Okay.
When Tariq said who his father was back at that party, the daddy had this way. Now, they showed him the father's face. The father had this weird look on his face, and then he left.
Right.
And that's when they started talking to the Sweeney guy.
Right.
So I don't know what that look on his father's face was on, what is his name? Braden's father's face was, but he had a reaction to when he realized who what's the name's father was, and he just left.
Okay, so again, it could have been Braden's daddy that shot at Tariq, or it could have been Sweeney. Either way, that bullet that hit the tree was meant for Tariq. And then they're gonna offer him a kill shot, and Tariq's like, "Man, I'm not killing this deer," so Braden did it.
So what's up with these two guys gunning for Tariq? Like, why are they gunning for Tariq?
Guess we'll have to find out.
And they just supposed to be little Braden's friend. They don't want him hanging out with Tariq.
Well, first of all, the daughter's starting to get her panties wet for Tariq and all his Black Power stuff. You heard how she was rooting for Tariq after he.
I mean, the daughter is almost like on the same trip that Braden is on.
No,
they're just over this whole family.
The daughter was mad at all the misogyny that was in that book.
Right.
The daughter was supporting Tariq when he smacked them down about how white people have folks in place called lobbyists.
But the daughter didn't want to be at the party in the first place.
True.
So her and Jade and Braden are the same.
Yeah, but I think her
brother is the one who's like eating it up.
Yeah, Trace's gonna get it. But Braden don't want to be there because he wants to be a drug dealer. I think that.
But why does he want to be a drug dealer?
Because of the way his family did him. But I think the sister wants to be a social justice warrior, which is the difference between her and Braden.
But bottom line is, neither one of them can't stand their family. In the quote unquote privilege or whatever that they have. So
sometimes you work so hard to give your kids things you didn't have, you forget to teach them just how hard life can be so they can appreciate those things. And I'm not saying that they're not appreciative, but something broke down in that family structure where you got two of these kids trying to go hard right. Then we get to the first time we see Redman, and he is playing Method Man's brother in this show. And Method Man basically told him, "I am going to use Cooper Saxe to get you out of jail."
Now, have we heard about his brother before?
This first time they dropped his brother in the show. Never seen his brother till this episode.
All right, so here's a new storyline that we're going to get back.
I mean, but did we not know that they was going to use Cooper Saxe? We knew this was going to happen. Cooper Saxe is an F up.
Well, I guess if you think about it, because like you said, he's smart. He's not going to be running around with Cooper Saxe for no reason.
No. You know he's going to use them. Folks, we seen this coming. You didn't need the Hubble telescope to see this coming. We saw it coming. Then we get Kane continuously running back, begging to his mama. Oedipus complex, all that's Kane banging on the door. "Mommy, let me in." And she's ignoring his ass. What was significant about this was, as Kane is walking away, honey, yes, Mecca is looking at the whole thing, and this is why I think he wants to get down with Monet. Kane done told him the daddy's in prison.
Down with Monet, or maybe revenge on Monet. We don't know what his motive is with Monet.
Well,
he could be waiting to take her out.
No, I don't think he's going to. I think he wants to use her. And part of that using her is her hopping on top of him. That's going to be part of it. But I think that there's.
You sure he ain't trying to kill her for some reason?
No, not now. He wants to. He might kill her, but for now he wants to use her for some purpose. There's a purpose to use Monet. I don't know if he's got revenge. He need to get back to the daddy Tejada. And nothing would hurt Daddy Tejada in prison more to know that one of his rivals who's out is effing his wife. That would hurt him bad.
Y'all annoying.
Hey, I mean, men, it is what it is. And we feel the same way about some of y'all traits. All this emotional roller coaster, and then y'all want to come, I'm so sad. Help me. Then we get to the very end, ladies and gentlemen. Tariq, dumb behind, kept the phone that he knows Jabari texted him on. He gets a phone call from Detective Waiting to Exhale, and they find out that whoever the last person Jabari texts and the possible killer is at Stansfield. Because the thing pinged while he's sitting in the dorm at honey, is he ever going to be the new Ghost? He's always going to be Ghost 0.5.
Not doing stuff like that. Now, could they have
called him
and said something to get Tariq to say something on the phone?
Tariq is never ever. First of all, do any of y'all, when y'all get a unknown call, do y'all pick it up? Probably not. Tariq shouldn't even have picked it up. That was stupid.
For some reason, I thought it was going to be Tasha. Was that the phone that Tasha was calling him on, or who was the text?
He's got like two phones. Now, apparently this is one of the ones that Tasha has his numbers because this was the same one he kept opening up looking for Tasha.
He thought it was gonna be Tasha,
but
sure.
Even let her go to voicemail. It's unknown, dude. And then if you're gonna pick it up, why you just God?
Well, he knew not to say nothing.
but
he didn't speak,
Crystal. But you still allowed them to trace the phone call.
It's somewhere on campus.
It don't matter. Now they know your search has been narrowed. Before this, the whole world was a suspect.
True.
Now it's all Stansfield, and then you can narrow that down to who he's been talking to. And if they find that computer that he had, where he had the deal, where he's supposed to have been doing the book with Tariq, Tariq's up the creek. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 150 in the building. Please give us 150 likes one more time. If you want to get one of these shirts, I will be doing a giveaway. All you got to do is be a subscriber. Go to my IG, subscribe, and leave me a message on what was your favorite part of this episode. And that is going to conclude it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Romeo said, "Dumbest scene ever."
Yeah, right. Let me put Romeo Jackson up here. Love that name, by the way. Dumbest scene ever. Laugh my effing butt off. That's right. It was messed up, man.
I thought it was gonna be his mother too. That's the only because he was reading her text.
It don't matter.
I completely get it. He's supposed to be thinking like
ghost. Yeah,
that's what he was.
Yeah, because just by picking up that phone and waiting 5 seconds, you allowed him to trace it. Got to be more careful. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. I will be here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. doing a review of BMF with the panel. And then Tuesday night, I'll have a new panel, and Living Legend Larry is coming back. So y'all know y'all can't wait to hear that, to do Power on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Please like the video, share it. I will be dropping my BMF review for the finale probably in about 2 hours. So check that out when it comes. Till that next Sexy as Hell video, you got anything else you want to say?
Get ready for the ride.
Get ready for it. And I will be here antagonizing her every single weekend. Get you. As she comes on the Hightown reviews too. If y'all haven't seen Hightown, please go check it out. It's a good show. We'll see y'all.